that Jabri, no?
Okay.
Which face?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. So today we will discuss the third reason for uh, fail to be in the majhul form. Okay, so we have studied that one is the balagha implication for the majhul is the first one is what was that first one?
Not to know the doer, not to know the doer. And
There's
next
no
is
reason to know the doer. Okay,
respect
there's
for
no
Allah.
yeah. Second is
Respect,
out of respect for Allah, and Quran is generally used here. And then we have third, that is expanding. Hold on, change part here. So expanding the scope of the action. This is the third reason. So what is that actually? Let me explain that. So for example, what happens if you want to keep an kind of open statement? Okay. So for example, if let me give example from the Quran itself. So this is example. Allah says, I don't know why this is. Allah says, Lo inu dunya. Lo inu fi dunya wal akhirah. Lo inu fi dunya wal akhirah. So if you see here, lo inu, it is what? Fail majhul, what? Mazi or muzari? So mazi. So lo ina, lo inu. So la'ana is its fail mazi huwa version. La'ana, la'anu, lo inu is the majhul version. Okay. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Lo'inu fi dunya wal akhir. La'ana, la'nat karna. Right? Lo'inu. So what is Lo'inu then? La'ana means to curse, right?
curse.
Lo'inu means
he will be cursed.
no.
Because you have to bring it in the present, as you said.
Plural. It's a plural.
They
will
all
be.
All will be cursed.
They all will be cursed.
They was cursed.
They was not cursed.
They were cursed.
They all will be.
They all will be
Or
cursed.
you can say they all were cursed in this world.
In this world and in the hereafter.
And the next.
And the next. Ji.
Okay. So you can also construct as they will be cursed in this world and in the next.
That's all. Because you said the mazi ke form mein raha to bhi, you said you have to bring it in the present thing. That's why I said they all will be.
Yes. Okay. Now if you see here, there is no file. It is, the naibul file is home inside doer, right? Correct. So who will be cursed? It is an open statement. Correct. So if you see that this fail actually expands the scope of the action. It expands the scope of the action. So who will be cursed in this world and next world? Okay, this is an open statement. Correct. So not specifying file leaves it open and unlimited. Now, if I, for example, so file in this case, sorry, they will be cursed, but who will curse them is an open statement, right? Now, if I say like this, but Allah also says this actually, la'ana la'annahum. Allahu. How will you translate this? La'anahumullahu.
Allah
Allah will curse.
Allah curse them, or Allah will curse them.
curse
Correct?
them. Ji.
Now,
Ji.
you can also add, for example, la'anahumullahu fil dunya wal akhirah. Or
Ji.
lo'inu, Allah says here, lo'inu fil dunya wal akhirah. Now here, Allah, there is a file is specified here.
Ji.
So as there's a file here specified, we can understand that there is only one file who will curse them. Correct? But in this case, when Allah says lo'inu fid dunya wal akhirah, the scope of the action is expanded. In a sense, the file is not now restricted to Allah only.
Ji, correct. It can be even the angels.
Yes, it can be, as Allah says, the lana of the cursors of the curse of the cursors. It can be the curse of angels, curse of believers.
Angels, believers.
Believers also, right? So on the day of judgment, the sinners, disbelievers, wretched people will be cursed by Allah, by His angels, by His believers.
Yes.
Correct? So everyone will curse them. And they themselves will also curse. Subhanallah.
Correct.
So they themselves
That's
will also
definitely
curse.
going to happen, by. Without doubt, that's going to happen.
So you can see here how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept it open statement here. Had Allah said la'anahumullahu, okay, so then this file is specified here, so Allah curse them. Allah will curse them. But here in this case, this is an open statement. Who will curse them? It is absent. So it's open statement. So it can be Allah as well as angels, as well as believers, as we mentioned. So basically, when you are using, when you have to use fail for expanding the scope, then you will use Majhool. So Majhool is one of the Balagha implication of the Majhool is to expand the scope of the action. Right? Okay. So this is the 2-3 major Balagha implications of the Majhool. Now, well, if you see here, I'll give you some. Every fail cannot be made Majhool. There are some fails which can be made Majhool. There are some which cannot be made Majhool. Okay. So every fail cannot be made Majhool. Remember that thing. Like it's not like, for example, any fail you can take. You have an active version, for example, Nasara. Okay, you can make it Majhool. You can say Nusira. But there are some fails, though less in number, which you cannot make Majhool. And those fails are called Lazim. Okay. So before I tell you that Lazim fail, I'll simply make you understand where you cannot, where you will not be able to, which fail you will not be able to, and how you will understand that. Okay. Conceptually. Okay. So for example, if you say here, let me give you a simple example. If you say, for example, Bilal, okay, ate apple. Bilal ate an apple. Now, what is Bilal here? What is Bilal doing here in this example?
Eating
apple.
No, that's okay. But what is the role he's playing? File, right?
File.
And what is apple? What kind of role it's playing? Apple.
Maf'ul bihi.
Object.
Maf'ul bihi. Absolutely. So what Bilal ate? Answer is apple. So apple is here. Maf'ul bihi. So apple is
Maf'ul bihi.
Correct? Now, if I make one statement now, like this, an apple was eaten. An apple was eaten. Now tell me, what is the role of apple here in this sentence? So what kind of sentence is this? Apple was eaten.
Majhool.
It is Majhool.
Past tense.
It is Majhool. Past tense Majhool, right? Mazi Majhool.
Past Majhool, no?
Yes.
Past.
So tell me, what is apple doing here? What kind of role?
File.
Not file.
File.
It's not file. Naibul
Maf'ul.
file. Yes,
Naibul.
naibul file.
Naibul.
File.
Yes. Now look both sentence here. Apple in this case is maf'ul bihi. Apple in this case is naibul file.
File.
So that means if you have maf'ul bihi, you can make it also naibul file. So any sentence, any fail which can have maf'ul bihi can be made easily what? Naibul file. Majhool. Because in case of majhool, you have naibul file. You know the concept of file, right? So any fail which has maf'ul bihi can be made majhool. Because naibul file is maf'ul, or you can say maf'ul bihi, because maf'ul bihi can act as naibul file in fail majhool. Understood? Any confusion? So in this case, you can see here, you can see there, apple can act as maf'ul bihi in this sentence, and same sentence we can make an apple was eaten. So same apple became naibul file. So that means if I have an action 8, akala, if I have an action akala 8, it can be made easily majhool. Same thing here. For example, let me give example of dasara. For example, if I say Bilal helped Yusuf. Correct? It's a normal sentence, normal fail active, malum. If I say Yusuf was helped by Bilal, or you can say Yusuf was helped. Let me not mention the file here. Who did it? Yusuf was helped. Now, what is Yusuf doing here?
Naibul file.
Naibul file. So that means the action help. We can add maf'ul bihi to a help. So that means the fail nasara, it can have a maf'ul bihi. As it can have a maf'ul bihi, that means this fail help can be converted into majhool also. So any fail which can have maf'ul bihi, okay, any fail which can have maf'ul bihi can be used as majhool too. Right? So far clear? Any confusion?
No.
Now, if we have a fail where we cannot, make a maf'ul bihi, okay? For example, so we can say, if we have a fail which cannot have maf'ul bihi, remember that, maf'ul bihi, not other maf'uls, maf'ul bihi, then it cannot have majhool version, you can say. And this fail is called lazim. I write in Arabic also. Fail lazim, okay? Lazim. Fail lazim. So fail lazim are the ones which cannot have maf'ul. It cannot take maf'ul bihi. It can take other maf'uls, but it cannot take maf'ul bihi. So if we have fail which cannot have a maf'ul bihi, then it cannot have a majhul version, and this fail is called lazim fail. Fail lazim, you can say. Lazim fail. Correct? Now, example I can give you like this. Let's put some example. If I say, for example, let's say the example of fell. It is a fail, right? Correct? Fell. If I say, can I say like this? I fell someone, or I fell something. Can I say, does it make sense?
No, the sentence itself is wrong.
Wrong, right? So I fell someone or I felt something does not make any sense. So this means this fell, which is a verb, fail, cannot take any maf'ul bihi. Right? Because someone, and what is maf'ul bihi? So it is, if you remember what is maf'ul bihi, it is what? The question, what kind of question can be asked on this? If I ask the question, who did it?
Who did it and
What
how?
was done? What was done?
Yeah.
What was done, right? So, example,
Yeah.
who was helped? Yusuf was helped. Or what was eaten? Chocolate was eaten. In this case, I cannot make any kind of this question. Right? Who felt someone, like who felt something is like it's like, you know, does not make any sense. So that means this fell, a verb, cannot have maf'ul bihi. Now, if it cannot have maf'ul bihi, so maf'ul bihi means someone and something, right? For example, someone who helped Yusuf, whom Bilal helped? Yusuf. So someone. Yusuf is someone. What Bilal ate? Chocolate. So what Bilal ate? Something? Chocolate, right? So in this case, if you see, this fail cannot have maf'ul bihi. That means this fail cannot also be made majhool. Like, for example, I cannot say someone was fell. Something is fell. Right? So this is one of the example of the lazim fail. Now, another I can say, if I say like this, I laughed something. Does it make any sense? I laughed something.
No, man. No, man.
No. I laughed someone. I laughed at someone, aayega, but I laughed someone nahi aayega. Right? I laughed someone. I laughed something. So neither of these sentences can make any sense. So these are called fail lazim. So the action fall, to laugh, they require prepositions. Then they are lazim. Therefore, they cannot be made passive. We had to add something. For example, I laughed at something. I laughed at someone. We need to, put some preposition here. Not like this. For example, if I say, for example, this, let me make it normal fail, which can be made, which can be made majhool. For example, if I say, I read something. Does it make sense?
No, bhai.
Oh, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes. I read something.
I read something. Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
that is not
So I
specified.
I don't need to write here, I read at something. I can simply say, I read something. So if I ask you a question, what I read, what do you answer?
You read something.
So what is something here? Maf'ul bihi. It makes
Maf'ul
sense.
bihi.
Right?
Yes.
This is normal. This is not fail lazim. This is normal fail. This is fail muta'addi. I will tell you what is the name. This is normal fail where you can make majhool. So this can be made majhool. I can say something was read. So same something which is maf'ul bihi can be turned as naibul file by saying something was read. Or I can say like this, I read someone. It's also correct. Right? We also say, I read someone. Right? So I don't need to put preposition here. I don't need to say here, I read at something, I read at someone. But in this case, in the case of laugh, correct? Or fell, right? This cannot be done. So this means there will be certain actions which cannot have maf'ul bihi, like something and someone. Okay, the answer will be something answer. For example, if you frame the question about those fails, the answer will be something or someone. It's called maf'ul bihi, right? So if there are some fails where we cannot make questions like something, the questions and the answer will be something, someone, those are called lazim fail. So they will not have fail, maf'ul bihi. So those lazim fails cannot be made majhool. Okay. Now, the fail mutadi is opposite to the fail, but the fail which has maf'ul bihi can be made majhool, and this fail is called al fail mutadi. Fail mutadi. Mutadi means which can have maf'ul bihi. You can have more than one maf'ul bihi in this case also. Okay. So fail lazim ka opposite kya hai? Fail mutadi. Why I am teaching you this? Because you will have sometimes, you will, inshallah, when you will become good in Arabic, you will learn tafsirs and all that. They'll mention, fail mutadi, fail lazim. So when they say fail lazim, you should understand this cannot be made majhool. When they say fail mutadi, you should understand it has maf'ul bihi. It has maf'ul bihi. So this is just
And this
kind
can
of
have multiple
yeah,
maf'ul
mutadi.
bihi.
You can have multiple maf'ul bihis. Okay. So I helped Yusuf and Safia, sister Safia. So like that, So both Yusuf and sister Safia are mafulaini, right? Two mafuls, correct? Maful bihi. So fail mutadi le mafulaini. Okay. Okay. So now this is clear now. This what's called majhool, fail majhool, because we have already finished it. It's clear. Any confusion in this in majhool?
No, bhai. Last week we lost that material number. That ayah was very difficult. I don't know which ayah you did also. We didn't mention
in the note. It is there.
It's there, is it? Okay, I'll check it out.
In the note, it is there. The translation was when there is an earthquake, everything will be thrown out.
Okay. I'll just check it out.
Okay. Today we'll do some ayah. Well, how much time is left for us? I don't know.
Nearly 10 minutes here.
Okay, in 10 minutes we can finish it, inshallah. Today we'll do an ayah. General for general understanding, inshallah. It is Surah Al-Imran, verse 135. This ayah you'll be aware of, inshallah. So we have 10 minutes, inshallah. Okay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَالَّذِينَ فَعَلُوا فَاحِشَةً أَوْ ظَلَمُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ ذَكَرُوا اللَّهَ فَاسْتَغْفَرُوا لِذُنُوبِهِمْ وَمَنْ يَغْفِرُ الذُّنُوبَ إِلَّا اللَّهُ وَلَمْ يُصِرُّوا عَلَى مَا فَعَلُوا وَهُمْ يَعْلَمُونَ. So let's see how much we can do today. وَالَّذِينَ إِذَا. Now, وَالَّذِينَ means
Ataf and allazina is relative pronoun.
Allazi means the one, allazina means those. Now,
those.
Iza means when. Iza means when. Iza means when. So, wallazina iza. Okay. If I copy this, so that will be easy for you here. Okay. So, wallazina, wa means and, allazina means those, iza means when. What is fa'alu?
Third person.
No. I mean, what kind of fail is this? Is it mazi, muzari?
Fail mazi.
Which version? Which version? Which version?
Home version.
Yes. Fa'ala, fa'alu. Fa'ala means to do. Fahishatan. Fahishatan is fahisha.
Desire.
So it's not. It's a kind of evil. Fahisha. Generally, scholars say it's kind of the evil like zina. Okay. So zina equivalent type of things, right? Evil, worse things. Okay. It can disobedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It can mean zina. It can mean very worst things. Okay, mostly the ijma is about zina and all, fahisha, like no haya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nudity, gandagi. Okay, Allah says, "Wallazina iza fa'alu fahishatan." Aw means or. Zalamu, what kind of fail is this?
Zalamu is again
Hmm.
fail madi,
Which was,
conversion.
yeah. So zalamu means wrong. So
Wrong.
those people who do fahisha, who did fahisha, or who did wrong, who wronged themselves, who disobeyed Allah. Fahisha itself is wrong, but fahisha has been brought first. Okay, so the zalam will include fahisha also, but fahisha has been highlighted. So fahisha is special kind of worst action, right? As I mentioned, and zalamu includes everything. Anfusahum, what is anfusahum?
Upon their nafs.
So what kind of instruction is grammatical rule construction is this?
Is it?
Mudafile. Anfusa plus home. So anfusa means
Ji.
self. So anfusa home means themselves.
Themselves.
Okay.
Ji.
So those who did fahisha or who did zulm by disobeying, by doing all kind of worse deeds, themselves. Then Allah says, Zakarullah. Now what is the Zakaru?
Zakaru is also again madi.
Conversion.
Madi conversion.
Zakara means to mention, to remember. So
remember,
those who did fahisha and who did wrong themselves, and when they remembered, they remembered Allah, Stagfaru lizunubihim. So first tagfaru, istagfaru. What is this? Istagfaru.
They so they Nepal is so then.
What is
so
istagfaru? What is istagfaru? It's actually it is amr, fail amr. It is actually it was tustagfaru. Tustagfaru not is gone. It is majhool. Majhool muzari se amr bana gaya hai. Anta version, antum version se. Okay. It was tustagfuruna. Okay. So it became istagfaruna. Okay. So istagfaru. So istagfaru. Okay. Noon is gone. So they seek forgiveness. لِزُنُوبِهِمْ, for their zunub. Zunubihim is mudaf for their sin. Okay. Allah says, وَمَنْ يَغْفِرُ, who will forgive zunub, sins, illa except Allah.
Except
Okay.
Allah.
So basically, if you continue, if you see the ayah before it, I'll go to that ayah 34 first. Allah says, الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ فِي السَّرَّاءِ وَالضَّرَّاءِ وَالْكَاظِمِينَ الْغَيْظَ وَالْعَافِينَ عَنِ النَّاسِ وَاللَّهُ يُحِبُّ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Allah says, I'll also get the meaning to next time, inshallah. Allah says, those who spend فِي السَّرَّاءِ, in the condition, when they have restrictions, they're having less money, but they are still, spending. وَالضَّرَّاءِ, they're themselves suffering, but they are spending. وَالْكَاظِمِينَ الْغَيْظَ, and they control their anger. Wal-afina, and they forgive. Anin nasi, the people. Wallahu yuhibbul muhsinin. Allah will love the muhsinin. Now, then you have this verse. What verse? Wallazina iza fa'alu. And those. So what does this mean? So Allah is talking about whom here now? Allah says those who do fahisha. What a worse sense. And zalam, and wrong their themselves. They remember Allah. They remember, oh, we had a mistake. They seek forgiveness to their sins. Okay. Now, who is doing this fahisha and zalamu, by the way, here? About whom Allah is mentioning? Normal people, normal believers, or who? Which one? Which ones?
Is it Lut?
Oh, bye. It is actually these muhsinin.
Okay.
Okay. If you see why you are saying muhsinin, because this ayah is followed by wow. Wow, it's continuation. It is continuation. It is continuation. Okay. So Allah says, those muhsinun, those who spend in poverty, in suffering, and they are the ones who forgive I know, control anger, forgive people, and Allah allows the muhsinin, wallazina. So actually, Allah is continuing wallazina. So the quality of these people. So these guys, when they do fahisha, when they indulge sometimes in fahisha or do wrong themselves, what they do is they seek forgiveness to they remember Allah, we had done wrong, and they seek forgiveness of Allah. Allah says, who will forgive the sins except Allah? Who is there to forgive except Allah? Okay, so imagine what do you understand from this? What do you understand? Allah is Allah talking about ordinary person doing fahisha and zalam? Allah is not talking about an ordinary guy here. Allah is talking about a muttaqeen. Muttaqeen. He's talking about muhsineen. Okay, so what does it mean if you ponder on this? A sin like fahisha and zalamu can happen also from the muhsineen. Muhsinin also are not immune to these things. If Allah saves, okay. I'm not saying every Muslim will do this, but there are chances. Sometimes you will see a good person in the society falling in a sin like this. Okay, it needs a lot of time, but I don't know, time is up. If somebody can share me his Zoom link, we can connect it immediately. I don't know why you're not able to send me Zoom link. Are you able to? Anybody can create Zoom link immediately. We'll connect to it. Do you know how to
Yusuf
create?
Yusuf bhai, you're quite familiar. No, why don't you do it for us?
It is simple. You go to Zoom app, there is schedule. You can click on that and play.
I'll try.
Because it's very interesting, Aya. This is very, very interesting. You'll be surprised with this.
I am doing it.
Do it.
Okay then.
I just want to put it, kept it like this.
I think we should stop the recording.
You just do that one.
I'll paste the link in the WhatsApp window or
yes, same.
Yes. Either way.
Post video should be on, right?
No need, my. Make it not enable. Don't enable the meeting room. Keep it disabled so that everybody will be able to connect.